All right, so these are the water test strips from Varify. Today we are actually testing out 3 different types of water to see how effective these are and see if it actually detects the differences in these different waters. I have tap water, an expired GE water filter, and then a brand new GE water filter that I just put into our fridge. So we're gonna see the difference between these 3 waters, how these test strips work, and what the results are between these. So these are the 17 things that these test strips are going to test. It's lead, fluoride, sodium chloride, total chlorine, total alkalinity, hardness, zinc, mercury, iron, copper, nitrate, pH levels, sulfate, hydrogen sulfide, manganese, and coliform or E. coli bacteria. So a lot of stuff to test for here. Really interested to see how it works exactly and how it shows the results. So let's just open it up here. It is going to come with 100 test strips, it says, and 2 bacteria tests. So it'll come with this, the bacteria test. Comes with these test strips, a little flask, what do you call these? It's been a while since science class. And then a bottle for another 2 bacteria tests. We're probably not going to do these ones today. We're going to be using these. And then just kind of instruction guide and manual. So let's see how these work exactly. All right, so also inside there's a few pieces of paper in here. You can keep a record of your tests here. It just allows you to enter in the data that you get from the test strips and also write any comments that you need to. There's a guide that talks to you about how to test it, how to prevent altered results, and then also how to use the bacteria test. And then this third piece of paper here, it goes in depth, in detail about each thing that it's testing for. And it'll also tell you the standard level of where things should be at and the maximum level that things should be at, and also the health effects that these contaminants have on your body. So that's really important as well. So let's just go ahead and start testing the water. All right, so of course we don't want to touch the test areas of the strip. Keep wet fingers out of the bottle. Keep cap on tight between uses. Do not remove desiccant pouch. Read results in natural light. All right, so we're gonna dip a strip into the water. We'll open it up here. Okay, so we got this. So it's gonna come with 5 pouches of 20 test strips inside. So we'll only need 1. And it also says once you open one of these packs to use within 6 months. I'll keep all of the strips sealed in this for freshness. So we're gonna dip it in the water for 2 seconds, hold the strip flat for 30 seconds, and then read the results within 60 seconds. And then it has the levels, the colored legend here for the levels of each thing. So I guess let's just start with the new filtered water. Interested to see what these look like here. Got the legend on the back. You're going to grab it. There's a big space up here where you can grab it. You're actually going to turn that upside down when you are reading the results to match it with each contaminant. Again, we're going to hold for 2 seconds. The tap water is right here, so we're going to dip it and hold it for about 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000. All right, and it says lay it flat for 30 seconds. So we'll do that really quick. I'm expecting that the tap water is not going to be very pleasant. Okay, so I'm going to briefly show you the results. Might screenshot it also. There we go, that's for the tap water. Okay, and for the tap water, honestly, it doesn't look like there are many contaminants in the tap water, which is good. Our tap water doesn't really necessarily taste that great, but all the levels are kind of looking like 0, honestly. The hardness, and of course your results are going to vary. I really just kind of want to see the difference between the different waters to make sure that it's at least a little bit different so that you know that it's actually effective. There is lead. It is actually showing a decent amount of lead in our tap water, which is kind of alarming. That's kind of the only one that's changed a whole lot. Yeah, so there is lead. So that was for the tap water. Okay, let's get another test strip out. Now we're going to do the brand new water filter. So again, we're going to dip it for 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000. And then let it lay flat for about 30 seconds. And we'll go there. Already I can tell that the alkalinity is way different. It's been 15 seconds. All right, so let's take a look here. I'll just show you the results just so that we can kind of compare with the tap water. This is what we're looking at. And just reading it like this, the biggest change, let's go to that lead. The lead is definitely a little bit lighter than it was for the tap water, so it is actually getting rid of lead. All right, and then the hardness is about the same, and everything else is, it looks like it is still kind of showing a little bit of lead in this one. So we'll see what the expired filter looks like, because it should be getting rid of lead, the water filter. So let's just see what happens. All right, and let's go ahead and do the expired filter to see if there's any difference between the expired filter and the new filter with these strips. All right, so here we go into the old filter water. 1, 2, and here we go. We'll let that lay flat for about 30 seconds, and there we go. So yeah, it looks like even our tap water isn't really that bad, just maybe a little bit of lead in it. I also thought that our water was a lot more hard than it's showing on these. But yeah, it's just testing that our water is very good to drink. So make sure that your strips, the color matches on the very left of this to make sure that you're just drinking high quality water. So it's been 30 seconds for this guy. And if we flip it, let's go ahead and grab that and compare. I'll just show it to you guys right away. This is the expired filter. And if we're looking at it here, it definitely looks like way more green on the bottom here. So the alkalinity is higher. Anything else worth noting? Everything else is pretty standard. Yeah, it looks like there's less lead in the water filter, than compared to the tap water. So yeah, I'll just show you a really quick close-up of these strips so you can kind of see what they look like up close. These are the strips. So there you go, that's everything you're going to get in the Varify 17-in-1 complete water test kit, and that's how you use it, that's how you're going to read the results. A pretty effective water test kit, so glad that it tests so many different things. And then there's a little bit more intensive test for a bacteria test, which you basically let the water sit for 48 hours to see if there's any bacteria in your water. But yeah, I just wanted to compare a few different water sources for you so you can see how it works. So yeah, if you want to make sure that you're drinking the best high quality water from your tap or from a water filter, make sure to get these test strips to make sure that there aren't any serious contaminants in your water. So yeah, I found this super useful. I think you'll find it useful as well, and hope this video helped.